What's going on, guys? My name is Rano, and welcome to the 21st episode of Nintendo News. It's been a long time since I've done this series, and a lot of you guys know that I've been wanting to bring it back for a while now. I even talked in 2020 about bringing back Nintendo News, and in 2021 I kind of did that with a bit of a new format, a new twist on it, but ultimately I think we need to go back to the way things were in the start, the original Nintendo News. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing, guys. In case you don't know, Nintendo News is the series where I keep you guys updated with everything new in the world of Nintendo. I recap everything that happened in the past month on the first weekend, usually, of the next month. So in this episode, we're starting on April 1st. So we're going to be taking a look back on everything that happened in March. So you guys already know the drill. I'm not going to sit here and waste your time. Let's go ahead and get started with it. So first up, we have the DLC announcement for Mario Plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Now, I've not played the original Mario Plus Rabbids or the second one, so I haven't played either of the Mario Rabbids games, but I've heard nothing but good things. So if you're a fan of those games, may want to look out for this DLC pack called the Tower of Doom, and it is a Season Pass exclusive, so that may give you a reason to check that out if you haven't already. Then we have Nintendo releasing the Mario Choose One bundle for the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is a regular Nintendo Switch with actually the Mario Odyssey red Joy-Cons, and you get to pick your choice of any Mario game that you get a full free download of. So that includes Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, and Super Mario Odyssey. Now, obviously, they released this because of March 10th, Mario Day, if you don't know. But I think this is really cool, and it gives people options into what they're bundling their console with, because a lot of families probably will just get a Switch and Mario Kart built in with it, or they could get Mario U Deluxe and the Switch, and you get to have that kind of freedom of choice along with, you know, getting the full system and an extra game. So I think that's really cool. And it also comes with stickers themed around the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which releases April 5th. And I'll definitely be going to check that out. Next, we have a pretty big announcement for Metroid fans. I'm sure you guys already know by now. Nintendo recently added Game Boy and Game Boy Advance to the Nintendo Switch Online lineup. Of course, you get Game Boy Unlocked if you're a regular Nintendo Switch Online subscriber, and for those with the expansion pack, you get Game Boy Advance as well. And on the Game Boy Advance side, they recently added Metroid Fusion to the lineup of games on the GBA on Nintendo Switch Online. Now, I've never been much of a Metroid guy personally, but that may be because I haven't really been able to play many of the Metroid games, so maybe if I try one out, I can get a feel for it, and then I would be, you know, just as excited as this release. But I do have a lot of friends that are super into Metroid that I know would probably be really, really excited about this coming to the Nintendo Switch platform, getting re-released again, especially with the recent closure of the Nintendo eShop, which we'll get to that later in the video. For any Mario Kart Tour players out there, we got Wave 27 of the Mii racing suits on the 7th of March. Those came out. I'll still play Mario Kart Tour every now and again. I still have it installed on my phone. I definitely don't play it as heavy as I did back when it first came out, but I'll still go on and have a few races every now and again. Now, this one isn't necessarily Nintendo exclusive, but if any of you guys play Overwatch 2, they are doing a collaboration with One Punch Man, of all things. And this event's still going on. They started on March 7th and it's going until the 6th of April. So if you haven't had a chance to get on it yet, unlock any skins, unlock any EXP, any of that, get on now before time runs out to make sure you unlock these skins, because they're actually pretty cool. They gave Saitama the Doomfist. Tatsumaki has a skin for Kiriko, and they even made Genji a Genos skin, which I think is pretty sick. Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse launched on the Switch on March 9th, and it was announced that Rune Factor 3 Special will be coming to the Nintendo Switch on September 5th, so that's going to be a release to look out for later this year. We also got the fourth wave of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. And of course, just like all the other ones, this includes 8 new tracks, which are Tour Singapore Speedway, Tour Bangkok Rush, Wii DK Summit, Tour Amsterdam Drift, GBA Riverside Park, DS Mario Circuit, GCN, Waluigi Stadium, and a brand new Yoshi's Island track. And this wave is actually really exciting because it's the first time they're bringing in a new character into Mario Kart 8 since 2015 when they originally brought that DLC on the Wii U before the Switch was even out yet. And admittedly, it is only one character they're adding. They're bringing back Birdo from previous Mario Kart games, but it's still incredibly exciting to see that they're actually adding in a new character and it's not just courses this time around. So that was released on the 9th of March, and I still don't have it yet. There was one final trailer released for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and I'll be honest, I really like how this movie is looking. I've always really liked how it looked. I've always been super excited for this movie, despite what everyone else has always been saying. I've always been wanting to see this movie. So of course, I'm going to be seeing it on the first day that I can, and I'm honestly super excited for this movie to come out. It looks amazing. Illumination is handling it really well, and I'm really glad it's turning out to be the way that it is. Nintendo, of course, held some Mario Day celebrations on the 10th, and I believe they had a short sale going on as well, where some Mario games got discounted to a really good price. And they put this little infographic on Twitter talking about some of the old Mario games that are available on Nintendo Switch Online. It's nothing too special, but I still think it's pretty cool that they did this. And they also released a behind-the-scenes video of the vocal recordings for Splatoon 3, Deep Cut and Damp Socks, featuring Off the Hook. And it was really cool to actually see these vocalists doing their thing in the studio for these songs. Splatoon has always had incredible soundtracks, and the amount of care and dedication that Nintendo puts in these is always incredible to see. And of course, we had more game updates for Nintendo Switch Online on the 16th of March, so I'm going to quickly run through what games got added and where. Starting off with the Game Boy, we got Kirby's Dream Land 2 and Burger Time Deluxe added to that one. On the SNES, we got Side Pocket, and on the NES, we got Xevious, which is a classic Namco arcade game. I remember playing that when I was a kid and absolutely loving it. So I'm excited to see that get added there as well. And Nintendo announced a Splatfest, which actually is going on right now. So go play the Splatfest. Go right now. But the theme for this Splatfest is, which of these is real? Nessie, aliens, or Bigfoot? Now let me know in the comments which team you are on for this Splatfest. Hopefully, unlike past years, I'll actually be able to get to play this one. I really like what they're doing now, having 3 options for the Splatfest. It adds a lot more variety with, even if it's only one more option, it adds so much more possible questions that they can ask, and they can add in like way more different questions than just a yes or no or 1 or 2 type question. And we got another wave of Mii racing suits later on in the same month for Mario Kart Tour. Those happened on the 21st of the month. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon released on March 8th. So definitely go and check that out if you haven't already. There's a new DLC announced for Shovel Knight Dig, the Fate and Fortune DLC, which is actually available for free right now on Steam and Apple Arcade, with consoles coming out soon. Tetris 99 held their 32nd Maximus Cup from the 24th of March to the 27th. Now, I don't know how many people still play Tetris 99, but I think it's really cool to see that this game is still getting supported, and it's still one of my favorite online games on the Switch. It's just so... I love Tetris already as it is, so adding in an online component to that and making it just a bit more stressful on that, and there's actually stakes on the line, it's a really cool concept to me. So I'm really glad they're still supporting that, and it didn't just fall to the wayside like a lot of other games probably would have by now. Also, I just remembered this while I was editing on the topic of Tetris. If you're a subscriber of Apple TV Plus, there was a Tetris movie released on March 31st. And it basically goes over the history of Tetris. It's actually a very interesting film. I'd highly recommend you go check it out if you're able to. And now, back to the video. Nintendo announced a release date for the Fire Emblem Engage expansion pass Wave 4. And that is going to be coming out on April 5th. So if any of you guys are big Fire Emblem fans, play Fire Emblem Engage, that's when that's coming out, so you may want to go check that out. Sega released the Sight, Sound, and Speed update for Sonic Frontiers on March 22nd. Now, that's another game that I still haven't been able to play yet, but I've heard a lot of really good things about it, so hopefully I'll be able to check it out soon, and hopefully if any of you guys play it, you'll be able to get this update. Now, going back to that Splatfest again, some of you guys might remember that they added the ability to go back to Inkopolis during one of the DLC waves for Splatoon 3. And the Squid Sisters will actually be playing a brand new song during the second half of this Splatfest in Inkopolis called Tomorrow's Nostalgia Today, and Nintendo released a music video for this, and it, of course, like all other Splatoon music, is a really good song, and I can't wait to hear it in the game. And if you remember back in Splatoon 1, back on the Wii U, they're remixing that classic song, City of Color, and they're playing a live version of that, a new version of that, during this Splatfest and other Splatfests according to Nintendo. Now, I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to go back to Inkopolis for the Splatfest and just to get back into Splatoon again, because Splatoon is one of my favorite Nintendo franchises. I loved playing it on the Wii U, loved playing it on the Switch, well, Splatoon 2, loved playing it on the Switch, so I really can't wait for this Splatfest. I'm super excited for it, so again, let me know what team you guys are in the comments below. I would love to hear it. It was announced that Sonic Origins Plus will be coming to the Switch and other consoles on June 23rd, 2023. Now, this is basically just an enhanced version of Sonic Origins, similar to what they did back with Sonic Mania and Sonic Mania Plus. But I'm really excited for that to come out. I love some of the old Sonic games, so I can't wait to be able to go play them again, with the added bonuses of the Plus collection. I haven't actually bought Sonic Origins yet, but I think I will with the Plus version. And it was announced that Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is actually coming to the Nintendo Switch. It was recently released on Xbox as well, finally breaking out of the PlayStation exclusivity. So I'm excited to see it get released on this platform as well. Hopefully by now, Steelwool has had a chance to actually fix all of the bugs that, made it pretty problematic within the initial launch period, and I haven't heard anything about how it released on Xbox yet, but I did see it on there while I was browsing the store the other day. And honestly, I've always been a fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's game, so I'm excited to see this launch on there, and now hopefully I'll get a chance to play it along with all of the other games that are available on there. Nintendo also held a brief gameplay demonstration with Mr. Aonuma to show The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is releasing on May 12th. And guys, I know you've heard it everywhere by now, but this game looks freaking incredible. Now, I'm just going to show some highlights of the demonstration here so you guys can get an idea of what the game is going to be looking like, because let's be honest, the game developer himself is going to have a much better descriptor than just some random guy on the internet.
Here we are, in the land of Hyrule. In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky. We call them Sky Islands. Let's use one of Link's new abilities. This power is known as Recall, which rewinds an object's movement. This is a brand new enemy called a Construct. If we use this branch and the rock over here, we can stick them together. This is called Fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can create a weapon with a much longer attack range. Here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and look, it homed in on the target. I fused a mushroom to my shield. I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now. We need a boat. We'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log. It's a makeshift raft. This is another new ability called Ultra Hand. You can always attach things or detach them like this. There are all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game, and depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. Try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure. Look, I passed right through the ceiling. This new ability is called Ascend. In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain, but in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons, so battles will play out a bit differently from the previous game. Ah! I got pushed off! In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the land. Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up. Like this. And we're back on the surface.
And with that, they announced a special edition Nintendo Switch OLED, which is going to be launching on April 28th. And this console looks beautiful, along with a lot of the other Nintendo special editions but the dock on this one is just so intricate, and the Joy-Cons as well. I love how I have that gold finish complementing the classic Zelda colors of the gold and green. And even the back of this console itself just has that amazing like circle pattern on it. And they're also releasing a Switch Pro controller, which also has those hints of gold and those patterns on it, and a special carrying case along with the game on May 12th. And all these accessories look phenomenal, so I'm super excited for the launch of this game when it comes out in about a month and a half. I definitely will be picking it up. And I also put out this quick video showing a brief gameplay of Splatoon 3 with what I can only assume is a new song from the Squid Sisters called Liquid Sunshine, and once again, it's a really good song. So hopefully there's another one that I'll get to hear in game, maybe if not during the Splatfest, just in regular games of Splatoon. And I believe that actually covers all of the major releases and announcements for the month of March. Yo, actually, there was one thing that I forgot to mention, and I find it very funny after reviewing the footage that I completely forgot about this, because I did say that I would get to it later in the video, and I just did not cover it at all. But the Nintendo eShop on the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U had unfortunately closed down. They followed the way of the DSi shop and the Wii Shop channel. Unfortunately, you can no longer buy games on those platforms. You can still, however, re-download games that you had already purchased and free updates for games that would require them. For example, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and I believe they did one for Xenoblade as well that makes the games actually playable on any hardware before the new Nintendo 3DS. So you can still download updates for games that would require them. You can still get those free updates, and any software that you had purchased before that may not be on your system, you can still get those downloaded. You just can't add funds. You can't get any new games. You can't purchase any new software from the Nintendo eShop. And it is very unfortunate that the eShop had closed, but I think it was ultimately time for Nintendo to shut it down and focus exclusively on the Switch. They hadn't made any new 3DS hardware since, I believe, 2019, and the Wii U had been discontinued for years now, like 2017, I believe, was the last ones of those were made. So it was a long time coming for sure, but it still kind of is really sad to see these games that now you can no longer buy just be gone from Nintendo's history, essentially. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that before wrapping up the video, because I was supposed to mention that actually in the video, but now I'll let you get back to your regularly scheduled programming. So that's what I'm going to call this video, guys. It felt really good to record this once again, to get back into this old format of Nintendo news. Let me know what you guys think, if I should keep doing this, if I should bring back Nintendo news in full swing, pick it back up right where we left off, and if I should do more stuff like this, let me know. Also, I kind of feel like I have to mention this here. The Discord server has finally gotten a lot more active now, so if you're not already in the Rancord, go ahead and join that. Link is always in the description below. There's a lot more activities going on there. There's a lot more general activity in that server. I'm working on a lot of different like events and ways to incorporate the server with the content. I'm working on a lot, man, so go ahead and join that. It's a really great place to be. We're building up the community. So yeah, links in the description, and I hope to see you guys there. But with that being said, and with that all out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like down below and leave a comment telling me if there was anything that I missed or that I got wrong. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.